Welcome to the Board Business Channel. Ever get curious, like who actually makes all the tech we use? Today, we're looking at a couple of companies that are low-key probably behind some of the stuff you use every day.
Oh, yeah.
Inventec and one of their main partners.
Interesting.
We're going to unpack what they do, how they got started, and some really interesting stuff they're doing right now. It's like a backstage pass to understanding these tech giants you might not have even heard of.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people might not realize just how influential these companies are. Inventec's been around since 1975.
Wow.
I mean, that's before some of our listeners were even born, probably.
Right.
They started out making all sorts of electronics, computers, phones, all that.
The classics.
Yeah. But the interesting part is how they've adapted to all the changes in tech over the years. It's like watching a band go from vinyl records to streaming.
Totally. It's like a total transformation. We're talking about a Taiwanese company that may have even built your first laptop.
Oh, wow.
You know, the one that weighed like 20 pounds. Or maybe your first smartphone that was thicker than a dictionary.
I remember those.
Even those clunky translation devices, they probably had a hand in those too. It's crazy to think one company was involved in so many of our early tech experiences.
You know, it's like finding out your quiet neighbor was a rock star back in the day.
Exactly, and their influence goes way beyond gadgets. They were a big behind-the-scenes player as an ODM, an original design manufacturer.
Right.
Like a ghostwriter for tech.
Yeah, exactly. Think of it like a chef that makes incredible food, but other restaurants put their name on it.
I like that analogy.
So for companies like HP Dell, even IBM Inventec was the one designing and building their laptops and servers.
Really?
And now they're actually the world's biggest builder of cloud servers.
So they're like the backbone of the internet.
They are, but nobody knows their name.
They're like the silent heroes.
Exactly.
Okay, so they've been quietly building stuff for everyone forever. But it seems like they realized that just being the builder wasn't enough. And that brings us to their ABCD5+2 strategy.
Yeah, it sounds kind of complicated.
Like something you'd yell if you stubbed your toe.
Yeah, right.
But it's actually their roadmap for the future.
It is. And it was launched in 2017 by their current chairman.
Okay.
So the ABCD stands for AI, blockchain, cloud computing, and big data.
Makes sense.
5G is pretty self-explanatory. And the +2 adds automotive electronics and healthcare.
So basically they said, we want a piece of every pie.
Pretty much.
It's like seeing all the cool new restaurants in town and opening a food truck that serves a little bit of everything.
I like that. That's a good analogy.
So they're future-proofing themselves by getting into all these cutting-edge fields. What was the thought process behind that?
Well, the idea was to anticipate what their customers are going to need in the future and start investing in those technologies now.
Smart.
The chairman has this interesting analogy about the Fu bell at National Taiwan University. It's supposed to ring 24 times, once for each hour, but it only rings 22 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he says those two missing rings represent 2 hours for contemplation, emphasizing the importance of thinking strategically.
It's like saying before you send that email, take a second to proofread.
Exactly.
Think before you leap, but on a corporate level. And they didn't just sit around thinking, they actually built research centers focused on AI, 5G, and even Industry 4.0 software design.
Yeah, that sounds futuristic.
Straight out of sci-fi.
Right. But Industry 4.0 is basically all about automation and data exchange in manufacturing.
Oh, so it's like the factory of the future.
Yeah, everything connected and optimized.
I see.
And they didn't just talk about it. They built Taiwan's first 5G private network smart factory.
Wow, so they're actually putting it into practice.
Yeah, they're testing how 5G can transform their own production.
So what does this 5G smart factory actually do? Like, how does it work in real life?
Okay, so one key application is in automated optical inspection, or AOI.
AOI.
Yeah, basically imagine a robot with supervision that can scan products for any tiny flaw. With 5G, they can send tons of detailed image data in real time to AI systems for analysis.
Okay.
And they've reached over 90% accuracy in spotting defects.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's like having a quality control team that never sleeps and never misses a thing.
Right.
They're even going to add AGVs, automated guided vehicles, to move materials around the factory.
So like robot forklifts.
Basically, yeah.
That's super efficient.
Right. It makes the whole process much smoother.
So they're not just making their own factory smarter, they're also selling these smart factory solutions to other companies.
Exactly.
It's like, hey, we figured this out, want us to help you do the same.
Yeah, they're using their own experience to offer these solutions.
That's smart.
It's like a chef who's perfected a new technique and then teaches it to other chefs.
I like that.
They've been in the manufacturing game for a long time, so they know the challenges and can offer solutions that actually work.
That makes sense. Okay, so they're all in on the future of manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
But that ABCD's 5+2 also mentioned cars and healthcare. Let's talk cars first. Are they making electric vehicles now?
Not building the whole car, but they see where the automotive industry is going.
Yeah.
With the rise of electric vehicles and self-driving systems, the car is becoming less about the engine and more about the electronics inside.
So it's like a computer on wheels.
Exactly.
So what are they doing in this space? Are they making the entertainment systems or something more under the hood?
They're focusing on what they're good at, the electronics.
Okay.
They're working with big chip companies in Europe and America, as well as car parts suppliers, to develop various electronic components for vehicles.
That's a big shift.
They even want to make a significant amount of their revenue from automotive products by 2026.
That's ambitious.
It is.
Yeah.
But it makes sense given their background in computers. It's like a company that's been building circuit boards for computers is now building the brains for self-driving cars.
Makes sense. So what's the biggest hurdle for them in this new automotive world?
I think brand building is a big one. In the world of laptops and servers, they were mostly behind the scenes.
Right.
But in the car industry, you got to have a reputation and the trust of car manufacturers.
Yeah, that's different.
It's like a ghostwriter suddenly deciding to publish their own novel.
We got to build a whole new audience.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. It's one thing to be the tech wizard behind the curtain, another to have your name on the product. Now let's talk about healthcare. This seems like a huge leap from computers and servers. How are they getting into the medical field?
So this is where their subsidiary Inventec Appliances comes in. They're using their knowledge of consumer electronics to get into the medical device industry. It's all about making healthcare more connected and efficient.
So connected healthcare.
Yeah, we hear that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But they're actually building products that do that, like their all-family treasure physiological measurement system.
Little family treasure.
Yeah, it lets people track their vital signs like blood pressure, blood sugar weight, and sends that data to hospital systems automatically.
So like a high-tech health monitor at home.
Right.
It's like having a constant checkup without going to the doctor. Exactly.
Where's this system being used?
All over the place. People's homes, long-term care facilities, even dialysis centers for continuous heart monitoring.
Wow.
It's about making health data accessible and helpful for both patients and doctors.
That's a game changer.
Yeah.
And Inventec Appliances also has this smart infusion system, right? That sounds pretty important in a hospital setting.
Oh, it is. It's got these smart infusion pumps, connected software, and special tubing. The goal is to make giving medications safer and easier for nurses.
I see.
Think about how precise those doses have to be and how much time nurses spend on IVs. This system makes the whole process smoother and reduces errors.
Is it actually being used in hospitals, though?
It is. It's already in 6 different hospitals under the National Taiwan University Hospital System just in the first quarter of this year.
Wow. So they're not messing around.
Nope.
But it sounds like they're not stopping it. They want to go global.
Right. They've just expanded to a couple of hospitals in Thailand and are doing clinical trials there with help from a government program that supports medical innovation. Interesting.
Shows this tech could have a real impact beyond Taiwan.
So they're not just building it, they're proving it works. It's like a restaurant getting great reviews in different countries.
Exactly.
Builds trust. I also read about them working with Rongseng Biotech on a cancer diagnostic tool. It's ambitious.
Yeah, that's the circulating tumor cell automatic detection system. It automatically finds cancer cells in the bloodstream.
How does it do that?
Basically, it's looking for cells that have broken away from a tumor.
Oh, wow.
It could be a faster and earlier way to diagnose and monitor cancer.
That's incredible.
They're also looking at the Southeast Asian market for this, starting with Thailand and Malaysia.
So they're really using their tech skills for good.
They are. It's like a tech company finding a bigger purpose than just making the next cool gadget.
I like that. Okay. Now let's shift gears and talk about the people in charge.
Okay.
What's the leadership like? How do they run things?
Well, they're really focused on partnerships and global expansion, especially under the current leadership. They're investing in new factories in Mexico and the Czech Republic for servers and automotive products.
It's spreading out.
And Inventec Appliances is expanding production in Southeast Asia, Malaysia, and Vietnam specifically.
It's diversifying their operations.
Exactly.
What about their core values? I read something about 8-character operating principles. Sounds very traditional.
Yeah, it is. Those principles, innovation, quality, open mind, and execution, were set by the founder back in 1975.
Wow, still getting strong.
They are. They're connected to what they call the 4 major technologies: development, replication, exchange, and management.
So it's like their whole philosophy for doing business?
Yeah, about coming up with new ideas and making them a reality.
Makes sense. It's interesting how those values have stayed relevant for so long.
It is. A good example is how they created the first notebook computer using an aluminum magnesium alloy.
Oh, wow.
They actually learned about using those materials from Japanese car technology. Yeah, it shows their commitment to innovation and quality, but also that open mind part, you know, looking outside their own industry for inspiration.
That's cool.
And during development, there were some quality issues. And the general manager at the time flew to Japan himself to oversee things.
That's dedication.
Shows how committed they are to quality.
That story really brings those principles to life. And their focus on quality has gotten them some recognition too, right?
Definitely. They won the National Quality Award in Taiwan back in 1995, the first electronics company to do so.
Impressive.
More recently, they also got the National Industry Innovation Award.
So they're not just resting on their laurels.
No, they're constantly pushing forward.
And it seems like they put a lot of money into R&D to keep that innovation going.
Yeah, almost $300 million USD each year.
Wow.
They're also serious about their patents. They have a whole website for intellectual property and even reward employees who come up with new inventions.
That's cool.
They're always at the top of the list for patent applications in Taiwan and even get global recognition for their smart manufacturing patents.
So innovation is in their DNA.
It really is.
Now, the leadership change was interesting. The founder wanted to hand over the reins to the most capable person, but ultimately his son took over. Why was that?
It seems like it was a sense of duty.
Okay.
As the main shareholder, the founder felt responsible for the company's future. His son, who's now in charge, actually had a background in completely different fields like orchid farming and real estate before coming back to tech.
Orchids to a tech giant. That's quite the journey.
It is.
So looking at them now, what's their market position and what does the future hold?
Right now, most of their revenue still comes from computer stuff and servers.
Yeah.
But they see huge potential in those newer areas they're investing in.
Yeah.
They're very optimistic about server growth, especially with things like generative AI taking off.
Right.
They think their AI server shipments will double this year. The PC market is doing well too, especially gaming devices.
Makes sense.
But the big focus is on building their brand and partnerships in those newer areas like automotive electronics. That's where they expect to grow the most.
So they're not just riding the wave, they're trying to create the next one.
Yeah, they're definitely not standing still.
It's clear these aren't just your average tech manufacturers. They have a long history, a vision for the future, and they're making some really cool moves in smart healthcare and intelligent factories.
Yeah.
It's about more than just gadgets. It's about using tech to create new solutions.
It's been fascinating to see how a company with such strong roots in traditional electronics is embracing and shaping the future of technology.
We want to thank our friend Steve, the executive director of the Arizona-Taiwan office, for suggesting we take a closer look at these companies.
It's a good example of the innovation coming out of Taiwan's tech industry.
Thanks for listening to the Board Business Channel. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.
See ya.